Hello everyone, today we're back with a type of video that I used to film a lot. If you've been sticking around for a while, you know that I used to love to film those type of videos, but I kind of just moved on to something else for the past few times, but I'm bringing it back. So I hope you missed those spiritual talks because that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to try to answer a bunch of questions instead of one for like 20-30 minutes, but if that is needed, that's what I'll end up doing. So anyways, I asked ChatGPT a bunch of questions. I'll be picking some. If you want me to answer to some that you are personally asking yourself, please leave them below and I'll be happy to give you my opinion on your problematic or whatever. So the first question is going to be, do you think prayers can be felt even before they're answered? I think anything you put out to the universe is acknowledged by some type of higher power. Even if you're an atheist, even if you're still confused in what religion you want to engage in, or worship, I think as long as you're human and that you have a conscious mind and an intuition and, a life to live, I think that somebody is watching over you no matter what. No matter your current beliefs, no matter your current point of views, no matter all of those elements that shape you as a human and that shape your mind, which is very important because it also shapes your way of living. And so again, going back into a loophole changes your values and your way of seeing things and your perspectives and whatever. I think that at the core of this whole human experience thing resides a heart full of peace. And that heart is fueled by the presence of a higher power because it is responsible for all humans existing. I think just in general, everything that you put out to the universe is seen, heard, acknowledged, and being taken into account. I think that no matter where you come from or who you are or what you stand for, your heart goes back to its roots, and its roots resides within the hands of a higher power, basically. So no matter what you do, this link that attaches one to the other is always going to stay intact, which means that you're never really alone and that you're always being watched over, which is reassuring in a way. And I think it is very saddening to hear that a lot of people choose to be atheists, because if you're an atheist, in my opinion, you choose to refuse to believe that that string is even there in the first place because you don't even want to acknowledge whatever type of higher power could exist. Anything you do, anything you say, anything you lead even scars the universe because of that desire to make of your life something different. I think sometimes humans should ask less about the whys and the hows and the whatevers and kind of just lead with action. Because action is the most powerful thing, Depression's what is that saying? Depression's biggest enemy is a moving target. And a moving target is, in a way, an ambitious leader. An ambitious leader has a will and a desire to make a change. When you make a change, your life kind of molds into something else. And therefore, you become something greater. Why? Because within those moments, you let your intuition lead, and your intuition is the most divinely guided thing that you have, or can look up to in a way that you would look up to a god or some sort of higher power or whatever, because the essence of your intuition is within the hands of a higher power. I think within the eyes of a higher power, prayers coming from humans is perceived as an act of love. And I think that continuous act of love is going to make you grow because it shows gratitude, it shows appreciation, and it shows that you are a believer and you desire to become better. It shows that you do have the kind heart of a child. It shows that you perceive the world in a way that is quote-unquote impossible because those goals that you set yourself, those motives that you have, they are led by intuition. And intuition is going to drag you towards a place where even immense gratitude couldn't think for whatever is given to you because of how grand it is, because of how much joy it's going to bring you, because of how much glee it's going to give you. I think prayers are like trace marks or like proof of. I think they are meant to show your purest, truest intuitions. I think that's the main goal of a prayer. We do not perceive prayers the same ways as a higher power would, because obviously, this question being an example, we think prayers equals to, oh, I need to be heard and seen, and I need an answer, and please connect with me, please reach out to me, please tell me what to do. But I think within the higher power's mind, prayers, although they are extremely important, I think action is a bigger form of prayer. Because action is defying the impossibilities that we keep telling ourselves are present within our daily lives. I think action is led by the purest form of passion, because who gives a fuck? Let me change things. Let me change the situation. Let me do something about it. That's the purest act of love you could do for yourself. I think prayers are a way to say to the universe, hey, thank you for everything. I am so thankful for everything that you have given to me and for everything you're going to grant me to experience within this human life. I think that's how we should perceive things. Action, however, is what is truly going to make you feel that change. People tend to think that to feel that change, you need to be talked to or connected to, or you need some sort of, tell me what to do. But that higher power just wants you to listen to your intuition, because it's your exact same intuition that's going to lead you towards your biggest, brightest dreams. I think within your intuition resides this higher power. So it's all within you, really. You don't need to look up and to say this and that, and this is what happened, and I need you to help me, and please, and I'm praying, and whatever, and all that, because it's all within, really. Again, that string is some sort of proof that shows that at the end of the day, you are one. And I think it is so beautiful that on a daily life, humans, we crave stuff, we want stuff, we desire stuff. Our hearts, it aches for us to reach towards someone, to reach towards a opportunity, to reach towards even a situation, really. A situation that could change our life in any given way. It is so funny that this heart of ours beats this way and talks to us this way, and we don't really care to acknowledge it, or we kind of just don't listen to what it has to say because we're distracted by the noise of the exterior world telling us you need to act this way and you need to lead your life this way and you need to do this and that within your life to succeed. This is all nonsense, really, because it is your heart and your intuition and your mind that has the right answer for you. You kind of need to just block the voices from the exterior world and tell yourself the right path for me is led by my intuition, and my intuition knows what's best for me. I need to connect to something higher, to something of higher relevance, really, to something that actually makes me happy, because within this lifetime, I am meant to experience everything. I'm not meant to feel confined, and I am not meant to feel as though I have missed out on everything and that I haven't fulfilled what truly calls me. So those answers you keep looking for once your prayers are done. Start looking for them as if you're the one that has to judge it all. Because that higher power of yours is just going to lead you to a better fate. But what's present and what has been done, you're responsible for that. So if you want consecutive change, you're the one who kind of needs to wake up, who kind of needs to see things for what they are. Your perspective is always going to change within the trajectory of your life. If you want to lead something better, bigger, brighter, you need to look at what you've already done, and you kind of need to evaluate where you lacked abundance. Sometimes you're going to evaluate things and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I felt so many sorrowful emotions. And sometimes you're going to think, oh, I've lived such a happy, peaceful life. But sometimes you're going to look at your life and you're going to say, I feel like I haven't done this and that and whatever. And you're going to feel a desire to do more. So let me explain to you what it means to be the judge of your own life. By taking that little moment to evaluate your past, those surging emotions that came along that introspection, let's say, led you to have an itching desire to better your life. So that second that you took gave you that fuel to have basically a change of act. So that's what it means to be the judge of your own life. It's kind of just being more aware by proving yourself that you are capable of hearing your unconscious's biggest desires. I think prayers are a beautiful thing because it shows that you worship a higher power. But your higher power is yelling at you in a way because it just wants you to see your own worth, your own potential, your own value, because this is the leading force, basically you and your change of act and your mindset and whatever. This is your leading force to go towards your better life. Your higher power is only here to signal you things and hint you things and lead you towards some certain path so you can experience things that you're meant to experience. That's its role. But the rest of it, it's your own responsibility. If you want to be a better human, if you want to impact others, if you want to impact the environment or political affairs or whatever, it is up to your mind to lead your consciousness into acting. You cannot just sit here and pretend like the leading force of all of this is your higher power, because your higher power is only looking upon you. It is guiding you and it is trying to make you feel as safe as possible, but it is not here to command you to do things. It is not here to lead your life. It is here to make you savor it and make you want to achieve more. Your main responsibility within this lifetime is to make of yourself something flourishing, something that has an impact, not just within your own lifetime, but within this universe. So you're going to ask me, why is it important to be impactful? Because being impactful results to unison, and unison is what brings us together. Unison is what makes the world flourish in a way, because that divinely guided type of love is what makes of this whole human experience something to savor, something to enjoy, something that was basically worth living. Because at the end of the day, let's not lie to each other, we're all gonna die. So in many ways, you can ask yourself, what is this all for? Well, let me tell you, that's not the right question you should ask yourself. You should ask yourself, how can I value my own life in the most excessive way? How can I make it valuable in the most excessive ways? What can I do to reach that point? Because that's the whole point, really, just enjoying the journey, not the destination. So now, before clicking out of this video, please promise me you're gonna ask yourself, what resides within my heart? What echoes within my heart? What meaningful thing is itching to be implemented within my life? And let me make it happen. Let me not wait until my prayers are being acknowledged or responded to or whatever, because no matter what you do, they are being acknowledged. But if you fail to comprehend that, you're gonna feel a little stuck and you're gonna feel hopeless and you're gonna feel like this is not worth it, or maybe just let me forget about this or whatever. Think of yourself as the leading force and think of yourself as an entity capable of shape-shifting the universe, because your change of act today within your own lifetime impacts other people and so other lifetimes. And that's how impactful you should think yourself to be as. You are the leading force of your own life and you shouldn't seek for approval, because approval is led by command, and if you're not leading your own life, then who is? The first question is going to be, do you think blessings sometimes... no, that's not the one I wanted to answer, but we could answer to that one afterwards. Where is it? Oh yeah. How do you find peace in what you... No, it's not that one. Where is it? Do you think... In my opinion, being an atheist is in a way wanting to... that desire to